Welcome back to the Hellscape Garden. Today we're talking about tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, aroma. This applies to all types of tomatoes. The plant we're talking about is Solanum lycopersicum. Lycopersicum in Greek means wolf peach. And yes, it's the same family as the deadly nightshade. That family includes deadly nightshade, tobacco, which might as well be called deadly nightshade, potatoes, eggplant, and peppers. For centuries, Europeans believed tomatoes were poisonous. Little did they know how really healthy they were. They contain lycopene, which is a powerful antioxidant. Tomatoes do contain alkaloids, primarily solanine and tomatine, but mostly in the leaves and the unripe fruit. The red fruit contains very low levels that are safe for consumption. So eat the fruit, not the leaves. Do not make a tomato leaf salad, make salsa. So in case you haven't noticed, Phoenix is not the Midwest. We have 2 tomato seasons. Primary planting windows are late January through February for a spring harvest and late July through September for a fall harvest. If you plant too late in spring, your flowers will abort in 110-degree heat. If you plant too late in fall, frost ends the party. Tomatoes prefer full sun, not nuclear sun. Start seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before transplanting. Use seed trays or small pots with well-draining mix. Keep warm. Tomatoes germinate best around 70 to 80 degrees. Once seedlings develop true leaves, increase the light and keep soil moist but not soaked. Transplant when seedlings are sturdy and nighttime temps stay above 50 degrees. Tomatoes tolerate transplanting well. In fact, they benefit from it. When you transplant, bury the stem deep. Tomato stems produce adventitious roots. More buried stem equals stronger root system. One of the easiest ways to grow tomatoes in Phoenix is to ignore them. And by this, I mean, if you compost tomato scraps, you will eventually get volunteer seedlings. I get them every year. They pop up in compost beds, raised beds, and my pots. Are they predictable? No. Are they usually hybrids of something you grew before? Yeah. Are they vigorous? Often. If a volunteer looks healthy, just let it grow. Sometimes I even get a neighbor with a plant stand that has excess starter plants that they need to share. Tomato plants are gangly, sprawling, structurally unreliable organisms. If you do not cage them, they collapse. Tomato cages are not optional. Use sturdy metal cages or wire cones, T-posts and twine, or, for the more adventurous, try the Florida weave method, which entails weaving the plants together for mutual support. Doing all this keeps fruit off the ground and reduces pests, disease, and rot, and breakage for that matter. Tomatoes need consistent moisture, not daily sprinkles, not flooding. Deep water 1 to 2 times a week, dependent on the heat and soil type. As you approach peak summer, you may need to water every 2 to 3 days. Once you reach peak summer, you're probably not growing them anymore, but if you are, just water them every single day. As you approach peak summer, maybe you can water them every 2 to 3 days. It just depends on how quickly your pots dry out. In cooler months, once or twice a week is sufficient because the dirt is maintaining the moisture. Inconsistent watering causes blossom end rot and fruit splitting. Keep an eye on the weather and heat because it can be hard to keep up with. Mulch helps a lot by keeping the moisture in the soil. There's another problem, however, and it comes from above. Green tomatoes are safe because birds ignore them. But once they turn red, birds attack them because red seems to be the interspecies color for delectability. Birds suddenly remember your address. Mockingbirds, mourning doves, towhees, and other opportunists will peck perfectly good fruit the day it ripens. I pick mine daily, and if they're orange, I sometimes pick them and let them ripen indoors on the kitchen counter. I had to install bird netting to protect mine. Lightweight garden netting draped over cages works well. Just secure it so birds don't get trapped. Here's the part that makes it worth it. A fully ripe tomato warmed by the Phoenix sun, eaten minutes, seconds even, after picking, tastes nothing like a grocery store tomato. Store tomatoes are picked green, they're gas ripened, they are selected for durability, not flavor, but a vine ripened tomato is soft and fragrant, sweet and acidic at the same time, and the warmth somehow makes them just into an explosion of flavor. It's not like 5% better, it's 1,000% better. before vacation, this was growing, and it's either going to just die while I'm gone, or it'll ripen inside. So I'm going to bring it inside and hope that it ripens. So here are some common problems you may encounter when growing these in the hellscape: heat stress, blossom drop, sun scald, bird damage, spider mites. Shade cloth during extreme heat can extend production. Once daytime temperatures stay above 105 consistently, production slows. That's normal. Fall planting solves that. And when that first red fruit comes off the vine, eat it outside. No salt, no ceremony, just the warmth of the sun encapsulated in a fruit. Well, that's today's episode of the Hellscape Garden. Don't forget to like and subscribe. These videos don't make themselves.